Chapter 33 The Decision of Punishment. "You there?" Right as Lin Xiu was about to stomp down, a loud bellow came out from the other side. A figure swept down to the stage. Lin Xiu's pupils narrowed and he subconsciously placed both hands in front of him. He felt an immense pressure as he was struck and sent flying. Bang! Lin Xiu felt a thick and sweet taste in his mouth, upon smashing onto the ground and spat out blood. He raised his head and saw a middle-aged man carrying Tang Tian up. Tang family patriarch? Tang Mubai? A few looked and recognized the man in shock. "He is rank 3 warrior about to break through rank 4. To the students that had yet to even become quasi-warriors, a rank 3 warrior was simply unfathomable. Although Lin Xiu's chest was heavy, he stood up and wiped the blood off his lips and revealed a sneer. Tang family members even have to rely on others in a martial arts battle for help? Tang Mubai stared at Lin Xiu with a dark expression. If not for the thousands of students around, he would have charged straight up and killed Lin Xiu right on the spot. "Lin Xiu, you have gone too far. How can you attempt to kill your own schoolmate?" Liu Bai slammed the table and shouted while standing up. "This is a martial arts battle." Mr. Ye glanced at him and spoke indifferently. When he heard Mr. Ye's words, Li Bai's face turned red and white. But he did not dare refute anything. Tang Mubai also knew he could not stay long. He carried Tang Tian with a dark expression and left. "Lin Xiu!" Young Tian ran over and shouted out with joy. Following him were Class 29 students. Not only was the battle spectacular, but also Lin Xiu actually won. This was the first time in Jingyao Academy's history that Class 29 student had won against a student from the top class. Not to mention the worst student winning against a top 100 ranker. Lin Xiu was flung into the air as many of the students in the martial arts hall started to shout Lin Xiu's name. "I knew that my big brother Lin Xiu would win." Ye Shuaner clenched her fist tightly in excitement. The match that became the attention of all students in Jingyao Academy finally closed its curtains with Lin Xiu as a victor. From that day on, no one in Jingyao Academy could call Lin Xiu trash. Has anyone ever seen a trash beat up a top 100 ranker? On the second day after the martial arts battle, Lin Xiu fell into a deep sleep. After all, he had trained extremely hard up to the day of the battle. Lin Xiu heard an anxious knocking on the door while dreaming. He rubbed his eyes and crawled up slowly. The time on the clock showed that it was past 1 in the afternoon. "I actually slept for so long? Teacher Lo?" He opened the door and saw Loli standing outside. "What? You just woke up?" Loli smiled at Lin Xiu. Lin Xiu stretched his back. His entire body was still aching and the battle with Tang Tian had exhausted him greatly. "I'm here to give you good as well as bad news. What do you want to hear first?" Loli looked at Lin Xiu and sighed helplessly. Lin Xiu frowned. What could have happened again? "Bad news first." Loli nodded his head and spoke after a little hesitation. "The Academy has decided to punish you." "Punish?" Why should they punish me? Lin Xiu bellowed upon hearing Lo Li's words. Lin Xiu, calm down first. Lo Li was truly helpless. The Tang family was a long-time sponsor of Xinyao Academy. Tang Ping had his arm broken and Tang Tian was almost killed, all in the hands of a famous trash. This sort of humiliation was something they could not endure. But as the martial arts combat was held under the eyes of everyone and Tang Tian even consumed a forbidden medicine, they had no way of changing the narrative. But they used Tang Ping's broken arm as an excuse that Lin Xiu had bullied a junior. They pressured the academy to execute a punishment on him. Originally, the Tang family intended to kick Lin Xiu out of the academy, but with Mr. Ye and Lo Li's powerful refutes, Lin Xiu was able to continue staying in school. Damn it! Lin Xiu's eyes were red as he clenched his fist to the extent that even his veins were bulging. Regardless of what era he was in, people with money had influence and always thought to bully ordinary folks. Lin Xiu, don't get angry just yet. The matter is already at this point, and we have no other choice. Lo Li patted Lin Xiu's shoulder. What's the punishment? Lin Xiu took a deep breath and asked. To accompany Xinyao city soldiers to head to Guangming Fort and engage in the annual Operation Annihilation, Lo Li explained. Guangming Fort? Lin Xiu was stunned, then recalled the knowledge he had gained from reading. Guangming Fort was situated off the north of Xinyao city and was built by the military as a means to defend against the zombies. But an extremely critical nuclear accident there led to the deaths of soldiers and people. Due to the nuclear contamination, the monsters and zombies mutated to a terrifying degree. Every third quarter of the year, soldiers from Xinyao City as well from other cities would form an expedition to clear the zombies and monsters there. It was extremely dangerous, and many soldiers had turned into zombies and stayed there permanently. I'll go. Lin Xiu was indifferent to the situation. To others, it was definitely a nightmare, but it was heaven for Lin Xiu. There were many zombies there, so as long as he killed them and gained countless experience, matched with his cultivation technique, his level would definitely rise. Rank 3 Tang Mubai? Lin Xiu sneered. By relying on his level upgrade system and cultivation technique, he believed that he would trample on the entire Tang family soon enough. Lin Xiu, this is no joke. We can still continue to fight against this. Lo Li quickly replied, upon hearing Lin Xiu's immediate answer, afraid that he was agreeing due to anger. I'm not joking. Lin Xiu waved his hand and replied, Right, the good news? Lo Li was startled, then took out an exquisite box from his pocket. The box surfaced flowery pattern and was pleasing. As Lo Li opened it, a silver card appeared. I forgot to tell you, Lin Xiu. Congratulations on promoting to the top 100 rankers. This is your reward.